Hello everyone, this is Ether Dragon, and welcome back to another episode of Fire Emblem Heroes. So we're gonna quickly get through our Ether Rays replays for this week because there's about an hour left and we're hanging on the edge with 76 ranks to get into tier 21. It's quite competitive this week because Legendary Alm is bonus and it's the proper season of Earth for points shenanigans. So we're just gonna get straight into it. Nothing too special this week. Pretty usual minus 80 shenanigans for most of the matches. And that's kind of how it is with light season, so not much I can do about it. And honestly, there's some things I could do to improve my defense. Like, for example, there's Chill Attack Seal. So I could do something like run that on, I don't know, Legendary Azura maybe? I'm not sure, but actually no, because then that wouldn't work with the Rally shenanigans. I don't actually know, but you're just going to have an easy time here. There's really not much I can do. But of course, you know what's going to go down when there's always dank memes, Kappa. So we're going to get the classic dance. And even though she's minus res and the opponent has forward advantage, we're able to kill, which is nice. Unfortunately, Tiki is, I think, running armored boots. So she's able to take out Lilina, but it really wouldn't have mattered too much. Murray's able to take out Nino only because of forward advantage. That's kind of the big key you'll see, is that the main reason why people are able to win pretty easily is because of forward advantage. Once I eventually get level 5 plus 1 on my defensive fort, and assuming that the cap for the the cap for the fort levels don't change, then everything looks pretty okay. So here they're just gonna use Noe because that's what a lot of people like doing. And I mean, it's not a terrible idea during light season because you can stack up some decent HP and res and call it a day. But of course, my defense is not really good for anything. So they're just gonna bait here, which is perfectly fine. They have dual range, so Noe's not going to take any damage there. But, I mean, it's kind of whatever, because you kind of hope, if you have that much HP and stuff, that you'd be able to tank some things. Especially a defense like mine, where it's very flawed. You'd kind of hope you'd be able to do some easy tanking. But yeah, even if Nino did have access to her buffs, I don't think she would have been able to kill because you just gotta add more buffs. That's basically it. And so they should have a pretty easy time here. Kaden, not able to do too much, but I mean, Chill Attack Seal might come in handy down the road eventually when I get around to a level 5 plus 1 defense for it, because at that point it'll become 1% harder to one-shot Kaden. So, and of course most of the time he'll be down already a lot of HP, so Wings of Mercy will probably proc. So that's the general idea, but I don't expect too many good things to come out of it. And so here they bait with air, which is kind of giant question marks across the board. I'm not sure what their intention was with this, but you know it's going to go downhill real fast. That's just how it's going to go. And yeah, not good for them. So that's a rip. Not much they can do there. And now going to this team. The new unit in the house for tanking units, Fallen Female Corrin. I don't even know what Disarm Trap on air. That's kind of interesting, I guess. But you know, this will do perfectly fine because one of Corrin's strengths is her decent attack stat. And being colorless, of course, which has its advantages and drawbacks, but generally speaking, it's like there, if Kaden lived, it would have been pretty bad. But as you can see, Corrin is pretty much just tanking everything anyway, so it doesn't quite matter too much. So they're just going to keep hitting end turn because that's pretty optimal. Not sure why they didn't break the tactics room. There's no drawback to breaking it. So I'm not sure what the idea was there. But not gonna lie, Corrin's whatchamacallit, sprite's kind of strange to me. I don't know. Definitely looks a lot, I guess, I don't know, spookier than the art. I don't know what I'm saying. It's just basically, there's nothing to really talk about. It's the same thing every week. As long as my fort level is trash, I'm just going to get absolutely destroyed. Unless someone makes some strange play that results in terrible things happening. But like, even, whatchamacallit, the second to last match of this season, I didn't really care at all. So I basically just threw Nino in, and she was able to, she was so tanky that, well, she wasn't able, I don't know, maybe my calcs are wrong or something, but I'm pretty sure that Nino was supposed to one-shot this Zelgius, but he didn't, or she didn't, so a little awkward. So she got KO'd by Black Luna, but it was pretty funny, just having Nino tank as usual. And then the last match was super trivial, so as you'll see here, Divine Naga just putting in work. And at this point, it's just Sheeta and company. So you get the weird Wings of Mercy, but it's not going to do anything, of course. But yeah, it's mostly, again, forward advantage. Forward advantage is super powerful. Plus 4 to all stats really helps out, especially for tanks, because having more attack to potentially one-shot and avoid a double is nice. Having more defense and res, obviously, generally speaking, man, this person, level 3 Bright Shrine, okay. I don't know if I've been showing merges, but it really shouldn't matter. I mean, what do you think this person's strategy is? I wonder what their strategy is. Maybe it's bait with air. Anyways, memes aside, I mean, what do you expect? I'd be very concerned if Canagus didn't one-shot Kaden. That's basically all I have to say here. But yeah, there, it's kind of a forward advantage, and maybe if I had an attack debuff on him, but it's like, yeah, it's mostly just gimmicks for me. So at this point, he doesn't have distant counter, but it's actually going to work out in his favor, because we're just going to get some derpy shenanigans. Lucina not having Swordbreaker, trolling me again. That's the price I pay when I run Wings of Mercy instead. So, I mean, what are you going to do about it? So at this point, it should be a pretty easy win. They can just take out Azura and leave Lucina stuck in there. Although, of course, it's a little funny as to how they're going to get the ether structures, but it won't be a problem at all. They just have to play this right, which I'm not too sure what they're planning here, but sure, I'm really confused. They didn't have to do this. 'Cause, you know, if they misinput something, that could have been bad, but no one assumes any of that stuff. But anyways, moving on. Another, I wonder what this person's strategy is. It's almost like it's the same strategy every time it's light season. At least when it's not light season, you might be able to see some creative builds, but I don't know. Light season, beating people during light season, ironically, might be easier, if I'm being honest. Aside from the, super experienced players who actually know what they're doing, there's definitely a lot of shenanigans that can go on for sure when it's light season, because people assume, oh, I have all these extra stats and stuff, surely I can't possibly die, and then they die. Weird stuff like that can happen. Here, I think you know what's gonna go down. I mean, I don't know what they were expecting by just leaving, but I'll take it. But the key theme is we basically can't do any damage, and it's not like having Luna or anything would help either, because sure, you can do some damage with Luna maybe, but then you just keep healing. The tank's just gonna keep healing, so it's like, is this ever actually gonna work? Probably not. And I'm not really trying ether raids when I haven't updated my team again to account for the new merges I have on my units. It's just like kind of whatever. And a common theme from this week is, well, we kept getting losses before successes and stuff. This is a pretty cool Sophia, not bad. I don't know about attack res solo, but I can understand it. Those are basically the two most important stats you're hunting for, but I mean, I don't know. Caden's not going to do anything here. This is where not having full coverage is a good thing, because of course if Sophia wasn't able to defeat Caden, you know what would have gone down. Not very good things for the enemy, but because she's basically dedicated to full range coverage, you can do some pretty nice things. Of course there's some issues, but I mean, it's like Lilina's not gonna do anything. You shouldn't be too worried at all, because all their units should be able to take a hit from Lilina anyways. So from here, it's an easy win. They can pretty much just go after the easy structures and call it a day. So, easy cheese. And there we go. And I think we're here now. I don't remember, but I wonder what this person's strategy is. What could it possibly be? I wonder. Yep. Anyways, memes aside, I don't know about noontime with Fury. I mean, it'll work against my team for sure, Capo. But, I don't know what to think about that. I don't know. You get the meme Wings of Mercy. Lilina, as usual, can't kill any units. You get a funny reposition. It's gonna do absolutely nothing, so I could care less. And just the usual air doubling and stuff. Having whatchamacallit. So I'm guessing Nino's gonna rally here, and then we're gonna get memed on, because I think this Faye's running goal ranged or whatever. And Faye's still barely able to kill, like without forward advantage. Not killing there. You can definitely see a lot of, including myself, like I've said many times, a lot of us do rely on forward advantage. It's pretty useful. So at this point, easy sweep. No big deal. I also forgot to say at the beginning of the video, you should probably now remember what that rank was that I had in Arena, to reference by the end of this video how intense it's going to be, Capo. I don't think I'm going to go for a reroll on a run. I already have a run set up, So I have, whatchamacallit. I already have a run set up, so I have two 738s with max bonus kills, so then my last 3 matches need to be 740 or higher with max bonus kills. And so Lucina can't kill Ryoma. It's unfortunate, but what are you gonna do? You're not running Swordbreaker. Could have punished them, but I don't really care. Because, well, people are always just going to end turn. There's those people who are going to always go in with like some Gale Force team or hidden run. And then there's the teams like me that do a mishmash of everything. But usually it's end turn because it's usually the most consistent way to pull off the Vantage strategy, ironically, right now. That was weird. Alright, moving on. 41 minutes left. And yep, at this point a lot of people have a level 5 +1 offense for it. This is a pretty cool Leon. Of course, having +8 to all stats makes him a lot better, but... And of course having the airs and stuff for the extra HP and res are definitely nice. So it kind of helps him out, but he doesn't have exceptional res or anything. It's mostly the attack stats. I'm guessing they're just gonna go break some structures and then go after Shida, I guess. Or that works too. And they're just gonna go for a Vantage sweep. So they getting rid of the Hardy Bearing unit. Pretty logical. I'm guessing they're gonna do. Yep. Okay. I could see this working out. Because, yeah, he's just going to... Nino's not gonna rally, so it's just gonna be a Vantage killed. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, not bad. I'm definitely not sure what structures I want to upgrade. So I already have maxed out Panic Manor, which is kind of whatever right now. Tactics Room, I probably should upgrade, but I'm kind of hesitant to, because it's not particularly great, especially during like light season stuff. But during not light season, I mean, once Astra comes out, then it doesn't matter at all. So I don't know if I want to bother investing into Tactics Room, which is why I'm just going to be saving up. I might invest into one of the shrines. I don't know, because either of the shrines could be helpful. The Bright Shrine could help Kid and live maybe a hit from someone. I don't know, but... And then, of course, the Dark Shrine would help me maybe do some more damage. I doubt it. As long as I don't have specials up turn 1 and stuff ready to go. There's always that problem. But in the new Special Heroes banner thingamajig, you had the new sea skill called Pulse Smoke. So basically it just inflicts -1 cooldown on all flows within 2 spaces after combat, which is pretty cool. I kind of forgot where we left off. I think we were just now. That's what happens when you go ranting and you're not paying attention. So I mean, this is better Noe Kappa. I mean, in most aspects he is better than Noe, aside from lack of access to IVs, needing to use Grails to +10 him, and lacking in some areas, but I mean in general he's pretty decent. So I guess they're just going for the sweep here, which is perfectly fine. I mean, there's nothing I can really do. Is just gonna do nothing. Kaden's gonna do nothing, but he's also not going to die, which is kind of cool. So, you know, maybe if there was a meme Wings of Mercy shenanigan that could have happened. That would have been cool, but of course that's not what happened, so... Classic. But yeah, Pulse Smoke will definitely be interesting against infantry pulse teams. Because usually right now, when I face an actually competent infantry pulse team, I'm mostly looking for, whatchamacallit. I'm mostly looking for a way maybe I can take out the top of the infantry pulse ladder turn 1 or something. And that'll allow me to do some funny shenanigans. I'm pretty sure this was, yeah, okay. we were somehow still on track. My memory is still decent, Kappa. And this person has the ultimate super stacked playfield. I mean, so this is a super viable strategy to use. Oh, this is pretty cool. Oh yeah, this is a rematch, so I know, I'm pretty sure I know who this was. So we have a okay Soph here. It's not bad. Of course, AoE specials and a lot of just specials in general would shred through this guy. Still do pretty well though, so I mean, I don't know. I'm pretty sure they probably have a lot of success with this strategy. They're just gonna take out Nino because obviously she's the highest damage output out there, so it's the most logical thing to do. And of course, so yeah, Pulse Smoke's gonna be interesting. We do have the new AR defense, speed defense skill that's coming out, which is probably not gonna do too much outside of super niche uses that people are gonna come up with. So not too interested in that. And the big thing I think people are talking about is the new Fjorm ult. Bride Fjorm, I guess. And I can't pronounce, I don't remember her staff name off the top of the head, but she's a flying staff unit who has this new what do you call it? This new staff that applies a new effect. Well, that's a little unfortunate, missing the kill by one. Welp. That's a little awkward. Yeah, I think I know what happened to me. And this, folks, is why you damage Kappa. But yeah, I can definitely. Okay, good. No, he actually killed something, Kappa. I don't think she's living this one though. But so basically the effect is if she has 3 more HP than the enemy within a cardinal direction, so it's like a ploy skill, she does whatchamacallit. She inflicts this, this effect called isolation or something, and basically that unit cannot use or be targeted by any assist skill. So it's definitely a cool nerf, I guess you could say, to dancers and rally traps and things. That's cool, I guess. And also there's other applications for that. And she also comes with ground orders, which if you're familiar with air orders, it's I can't remember for sure, but I'm pretty sure it applies to infantry and cav units. So any unit affected by ground orders can teleport to a... That's a little unfortunate. Exact kills, man. Feels bad, man. But any unit affected with the ground orders effect can move to any adjacent to any unit within 2 spaces. There's definitely some funny applications for that. Can definitely do a lot of funny stuff. But I mean, we'll see. It's currently only on a seasonal unit, so that's kind of a problem. It's just kind of a problem. So it's mostly whale territory. Okay, this is a pretty cool Gwendolyn. Although I don't particularly like Ether here. I'd probably just run Noontime, honestly. But I can understand running Ether for sure. I just think more healing would be useful for the build. But Casablanca, or Blanca, however you want to pronounce it, it's just pretty good. So there, Gwendolyn barely kills Nino. That seems to be a super recurring pattern, but I mean, it doesn't really matter. You kinda already know how things are gonna go down. Cheetah's not gonna do much amazing. Zeros, and then probably another 0, I would presume. Yep. Pretty standard stuff. So they're not going to pick up any ether structures, but it's the end of the season, so I'm guessing they didn't need to do that. So we're going to end out in tier 25, which is pretty bad, but I mean, what are you going to do? Considering and we're going to be outside of top 5k, probably could have been inside top 5k if I wasn't goofing around on my second to last match today, because then I would have gotten 40 more lift. I don't think it probably would have mattered. I don't know, because you can't see that far. But of course, all the people in the top doing their thing as usual. I don't see anyone I recognize except for this person. So anyone who sees this person up here who's quiet in the rankings lot, that's not me. It just so happens this person has the same username, and because Fire Emblem Heroes lets people have the same username, that kind of stuff happens. So if you think it's me, all you have to do is check to see if the lead's Nino. And if you're familiar with my skill list, you can pretty much tell when it's me. Because, I mean, there's some noticeable things in here that probably shouldn't exist, you know. Couple rando skills. Some weird stuff. But, yeah, I don't actually have too much on Nino, but that's aside the point. Let's see where we are in Arena, probably dropping by this point. Okay, there's 66 ranks left with half an hour to go. So I think we're staying in range to promote to tier 21. If we don't, oh well, I'm not going to rerun at this point. I could. There's half an hour left, or now it's 29. Plenty of time to do a couple runs if I goofed. But yeah, that's going to be it for this episode. Thanks for watching. As always, this is Ether Dragon, and hope to see you all next time. Bye.